I was wondering if you have any practical tips for mentally preparing well in the days or even minutes leading up to a tough conversation.
I love that. So I actually developed a little journal entry that I have on my website. It's a difficult conversation guide. So it has like the person's name, who you're going to talk to, what you know about their own character, their ability, what kind of trigger areas, what are they sensitive to, what are they not sensitive to, how confident do you feel going into that conversation? And then you have a place where you kind of assert the frame. What do you want to talk about? How do you want it to end? What's the buy-in? Because the biggest takeaway really is that in the difficult conversations, you're just not sure where you want to end. You're really good at taking off. You just don't know how to land the plane. You say things like, oh, I say all that to say, or what I mean to say is, when you've been talking for 15, 20 minutes. So very practical takeaway is, one, know where you want to leave, how you want to end the conversation. That's probably the biggest takeaway, is knowing where you want to end it. Two, you remove the difficult out of difficult conversation when you can prepare yourself for the unexpected opportunities. If you have in your mind that they have to say a certain thing and they don't, it's going to crash you and crumble you because you were expecting them to agree. You were expecting them to say yes, 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 yes. And as soon as they say that thing that wasn't in your head, and you start to kind of crumble. So instead, leave room for that conversation, for them to disagree. Next would be, as I always say, have something to learn, something to prove. So if you can ask for, probably write down 3 questions that you can ask them and set the goal for the conversation. We often get into conversations to not know what the goal is, not know why we're in the room. And if you can just set a very low bar for yourself, what's one thing that I can do to make them feel heard? What's one thing I can do to show gratitude for this conversation? What's that one question I can ask that's going to make them feel like I'm listening to them? Those are the things that are going to get more out of the difficult conversation, that it's going to set you up for a very easy success.
All right, let's talk about another big stressor in the workplace around communication. And that is the long-held fear that most people would rather die than give a public speech. All right. You and I are freaks on that from the numbers, as far as people that enjoy it. You and I look forward to it.
Yeah.
But for people that are sitting here listening and watching right now, and they're going, I'm that person. And yet there's going to come a moment where I've got to give a sales pitch or a presentation or something. Curious to know what advice you'd give to them about communicating under pressure. So not a negative environment like we've been talking about. This is just eyeballs are on you and it's not your jam.
Yeah. One thing I've really only done this with friends that have had public speeches or something, is that people want you to do good.
They do.
And there's a...
You know why? Because it's so awkward for us if you're up there killing yourself with a spoon.
Yeah, everybody, exactly. Everybody wants you. Yes.